You want to go ahead and roll the tape?
Emergency traffic in District 50 for a serious injury accident. 59th Avenue in Thunderbird, 5 men in Thunderbird. I need 2 units. 54 Bravo, 55 Bravo. It's going to be a serious injury accident. 59 Avenue in Thunderbird. Involving 2 vehicles. They're blocking in the middle of the intersection. Coordinates advising 1 person was ejected and not breathing. We're transferring to fire for CPR. This traffic is off the main channel. Supervisors are copy.
Alright guys, you can imagine the chaos, right? What everybody's feeling, what the crowd's feeling, what cars passing by are feeling.
So we're very proud of our response time. It still takes a couple of minutes for us to get here. This is what it really seems like. Raise your hand if you've been involved in a car crash. Raise your hand, and if you keep your hand up, if you had to be transferred to a hospital because of the car crash.
Yes!
We can't, we can only show you so much. We can't depict the sound that crash actually sounded like. We can't depict the screams of coming from any of these victims. Their head hitting the dashboard. You notice that the windows are popped out of this first car here. Do you have any idea what that sounds like up close? Does anyone know this young lady here? Who loves her? A senior soccer player, right?
Guys, more stuff to think about too. Think about this first officer on scene. I know the assistant principal mentioned that the policemen and the firemen are human too. And when we get here, we have to see this. We see it just after it happened. Just how these cars came to rest. So what this first officer on scene is responsible for is making sure that the roadway is clear, making sure that anybody that's injured can be treated. Obviously, that's our first priority. What he's also going to end up doing is asking for additional police units to respond. The fire department's going to come in and start treating the victims. What the first officer has discovered is that alcohol might be a factor in this collision. And what I mean by a factor is that someone's been drinking. Just so you're all aware, the first thing that's impaired in your body by alcohol is your judgment. So most people think, oh, I'm okay to drive. Miss that red. When that judgment gets affected, you're starting to think, I can beat the train, I can beat the red light, I'm okay to drive. And obviously they're not.
So now we have ladder 157 Engine 153 and Southwest Ambulance on scene to start assessing the situation. We never know what to expect when we arrive on scene. When we go on far too many of these incidents, many times we treat the pessimistic outlook only to get the best treatment we possibly can. But in this case, we have one young lady who's unresponsive. That doesn't look good. We have another who almost was ejected out of the vehicle. The chances of surviving when you're ejected are minimal. It's important to wear your seatbelt. In all honesty, raise your hand if you wear your seatbelt. If you always wear your seatbelt, in all honesty. I'm glad to see all those hands up. We have Captain Wilson here. He's also a paramedic, and what they have to do now is try to figure out who they're going to treat first. We call it triage. It's a pretty sad situation. You have Mr. and Mrs. Langan. You guys know these people are in the truck? Medical science teacher and driver's ed teacher. Firefighter Carson just came over and checked this out. He doesn't have a pulse, so immediately he goes to treat the next person. It's called triage. Promising young lady, she is on the swim team, student council. I believe her parents are. Can you imagine you walking up to this scene and seeing your daughter or your best friend? What do you? Okay, this is the part where the fire department work real together. Okay, the fire department's main objective is to make sure anybody that's injured is treated. The police department then comes, and it's our job to investigate if a crime's occurred. And in this case, it has. It's a big crime. This isn't just a DUI. This isn't just something that somebody can hire an attorney, pay some fines, and be done with it. This is a homicide. Okay, a lot of people don't realize that a crash like this is considered murder. So what's happened is the vehicular crime unit detectives and the GI enforcement unit, the motorcycle officers you see here, they're going to respond on scene. They've been called to scene by our supervisor. They're going to start looking into the impairment investigation. The detectives at the meantime are going to start investigating the collision itself. Now, this is a very technical scene. This isn't something that we just go out, click our thumbs and measure and be done. You'll see the equipment that they're going to bring out. It's highly technical. We normally spend between 6 to 8 hours on a scene like this.
8 hours.
As you can see, ladder 157 is using remontable tools. A lot of you might refer to them as the jaws of life to open up the door there that truck came Mr. Langan out. All of it looks like controlled chaos, and a lot of times that's exactly what it is. You have the police officers doing exactly what they're doing simultaneously. You have firefighter paramedics who are not only extricating patients, but treating patients. Then at some point you have family members arriving at the scene, who are rushing at the scene, and they see their daughter laying there. They want to know why firefighters aren't treating their daughter. They don't realize that their daughter is deceased. Now you have firefighter Brantner going over to... Now what is that blinking?